George Eastman Museum, 75 years of preserving photography and film history. Imagine a world without the ability to preserve our most cherished moments and stories through the lens of a camera. That's the world George Eastman sought to change when he founded the Eastman Museum, now celebrating its 75th anniversary. Opened to the public in 1949, this Rochester gem quickly became a beacon for photography lovers worldwide. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite being the oldest museum of its kind, it's still pushing the boundaries of what we consider valuable in our visual history. Did you know that the George Eastman Museum, founded in 1947, is not just a museum but a treasure trove? It houses over 400,000 photographs and more than 31,000 motion picture films. That's a collection so vast it could take days to explore. And this is the part most people miss. The museum's impact extends far beyond its walls. Its staff prides itself on providing opportunities for everyone to experience these collections, from film screenings to hosting researchers from around the globe. The museum's significance was recognized early on, with Rochester Mayor Malik and Monroe County Executive Bello presenting a proclamation to mark its anniversary. At the time of its opening, it was one of only 2 American museums to establish a photography department, a testament to its pioneering spirit. But what makes this museum truly special? As Jamie Allen, the curator and head of the Department of Photography, puts it, as a leader in the preservation and interpretation of lens-based media, our staff prides itself in providing opportunities to experience our collections, objects, and exhibitions, film screenings, and by hosting researchers. The museum's accreditation by the American Alliance of Museums, the highest national recognition, speaks volumes about its commitment to excellence. As we celebrate this milestone, it's worth asking, what does the future hold for photography and film archiving? And how do we ensure that our visual history remains accessible for generations to come? Let's discuss in the comments below. George Eastman Museum's 75th anniversary, celebrating photography and film legacy. **** Imagine standing at the crossroads where the past, present, and future of photography converge. ***. That's exactly what happens at the George Eastman Museum, which is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year with both excitement and a hint of caution about what lies ahead. Earlier today in Rochester, Mayor Malik and County Executive Bello officially designated July 22 as a day to commemorate this milestone, right before touring the museum's expansive exhibition Life with Photographs, 75 Years of the Eastman Museum. In the spirit of reflection, Bello spoke just outside the gallery, pointing out that Rochester's legacy of pushing boundaries stems from George Eastman himself. Our city's identity centers on creativity and outside-the-box thinking, Bello remarked, and it's George Eastman who gave us the perspective that each of us can change the world. Evans also underscored the museum's global reputation, acknowledging that, too often, local residents overlook what they have in their own backyard. It's something many folks in Rochester might take for granted, he said. Sometimes we forget just how special our hometown treasures are. This 75th anniversary is a perfect chance to remember and appreciate the George Eastman Museum for what it is. If ever there were a time for Rochester to take a fresh look at this cultural gem, that moment has arrived. But here's where it gets controversial. When arts and cultural institutions require financing, they frequently turn to the Institute of Museums and Library Services. Yet, earlier this year, the Trump administration sought to dismantle that agency, casting doubt on the future of federal funding. The proposal directly impacted the George Eastman Museum, jeopardizing 3 significant projects until a federal appeals court decision temporarily safeguarded those grants. Thankfully, none of these grants were substantial hits to our essential operating funds, explained Senior Director of Marketing and Engagement, Eliza Bennington. That means we haven't experienced the kind of staffing reductions other cultural institutions have. But we do feel the strain, because our mission demands that we keep innovating. Established in 1949, the museum has long since adapted its historic mansion, transforming certain rooms into galleries and adding features to welcome visitors of all abilities. One of the elevators, for instance, dates back to 1905 and was not built for contemporary wheelchairs or scooters. Those sorts of challenges are precisely why ongoing grant support is so crucial. We are currently renovating areas of the mansion that haven't been used before, creating fresh gallery spaces, Bennington continued. It's definitely the most transformative endeavor we've undertaken since the addition constructed in 1989 to hold galleries, vaults, and archives. Everything we do is about improving the experience for visitors and preserving our world-class collection. The museum is also growing its South Asian film library, now caring for 1,200 film prints spanning 10 languages, carefully preserved within climate-controlled vaults. To commemorate the Diamond Anniversary, another grant is fueling the digitization of numerous audio and video recordings from the museum's remarkable history. Yet, with federal funding in limbo, museum staff have to be resourceful. It forces us to be patient but also to look for fresh opportunities to secure funding, Bennington added. We can't afford to let these initiatives stall. We want them to move forward and keep the museum thriving. The hope is that these projects will carry the George Eastman Museum not just through this special year, but well into the future. Life with Photographs, 75 years of the Eastman Museum remains on display through August 31st, offering a rare glimpse of both vintage and contemporary images, plus interactive exhibits for photography enthusiasts of all ages. More information and tickets can be found here. https:/www.eastman.org/75-life-photographs. And this is the part most people miss. Cultural institutions like this don't simply spring up. They need continuous support to safeguard their invaluable collections. Are you in favor of more federal support for historic museums, or do you believe local and private funding should take the lead? Feel free to share your perspective. Do you agree with the museum's strategies, or do you see a different route? For further details on the museum or to contact the writer directly, reach out to City's arts reporter, Patrick Hosken, at email protected. George Eastman Museum turns 75 Party Popper Rochester leaders issue historic proclamation. Local leaders announced the George Eastman House and Museum's 75th anniversary celebration at Rochester, New York. A proclamation was presented by Monroe County Executive Adam Bello and Mayor Malik Evans, emphasizing the museum's role in the community. July 22 marked the day to honor the museum's legacy and recognize George Eastman, whose innovative work transformed Rochester. Bello highlighted the museum as a symbol of creativity and innovation, urging residents to appreciate its impact beyond their hometown. Evans stressed the importance of recognizing such pioneers in today's fast-evolving world. The museum's board chair praised volunteers and curators for their contributions, adding that the celebration celebrates milestones that inspire future generations. Local leaders expressed hope that more Rochester residents will visit the museum. Bello emphasized that understanding historical figures like George Eastman helps young people connect with their past and see possibilities in the present. The celebration culminates in an exhibit titled Life with Photographs, 75 Years of the Eastman Museum, set to conclude on August 31st. AI assisted in formatting the story, and related articles can be found at George Eastman Museum, https://www.wec.com/tag/George-Eastman-Museum, and City of Rochester, https://www.wec.com/tag/city-of-Rochester.